What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic month so far. It's about that time, Aquarius. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Aquarius. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why it's going to be so amazing. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. Oh, Aquarius, you're the last one of this spread, so it's been an interesting month. You know, energies have been a little all over the place, but I feel like things are starting to balance out a little. No pun intended, since it's about to be in Libra season. But with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aquarius. So I have Zodiac Oracle cards with each of the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an Oracle card for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other decks that I like using Aquarius, so definitely check them. Oh wait, some other decks that I like using. For some other readers that I like watching their Aquarius, like you can have in Deja Vu there. But very intuitive group, I think you'd really enjoy them. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. Because you have Libra throwing a nice little party for their birthday season. You got the Sun and the Mercury that's entering Libra, and then we have a new moon solar eclipse that's going to be happening in Libra as well. So really exciting time, Aquarius. But with the let's start with the Sun, because the Sun is going to enter on the 23rd of September, and that's going to be around 2:50 Eastern time in the morning, and will be there through the 23rd of October. And with this energy, Aquarius is a great cycle for connecting with others. And because Libra is all about that one-on-one connections, you know, really kind of strengthening those bonds. And I feel like that's a nice little perk for you as well. And like for the air signs, because air signs are just like natural communicators. You know, there's each of them come at it a different way. And I feel like with Aquarius, you know, you all are a sign of, you know, friendship and groups and the collective and things. So this can be a great time for you to do some networking and or just even just meet up with some homies, or maybe even enjoying joining a group if that's something that you've been curious in. You know, doing something, getting amongst people who share, you know, similar passions and things with you. But also too, this is a great energy for being able to see all sides of a situation. So this can kind of help you be sort of like in a sense, like it's almost like you're becoming like the mediator in like your group. You know, if you've noticed any kind of disharmony and things. So that's another side. Kind of opens your mind up a little bit more to the to other people's perspectives, Aquarius. And then also, you know, Libra being Venus ruled, you know, they're a sign of beauty, art, aesthetics. And this is a great time for appreciating beauty, whether that's something that you're creating on your own, or it's something that maybe you're going to like an art festival, or maybe you're going to like a concert, you know, municipal band, or maybe this is something, even just like appreciating the nature that's around you, Aquarius. So get out there in nature, enjoy just all the gifts that this earth has to offer you. And then you got Mercury. It's going to be entering Libra on the 4th of October and will be there through the 22nd of October. And with this energy, Aquarius, you know, diplomacy takes center stage, and this really helps create like harmony in our relationship. So again, like I was talking, if you've noticed that there's been any dissonance between maybe some friends, some family members, maybe it amongst your coworkers, something like that, great energy for trying to bring again that sense of balance and harmony into those relationships. But also too, communication with others really comes into focus. So you might be feeling, and I really do feel like that's a real strong benefit for your sign, you know, getting out there, connecting with others, because it's like you all are like because you're represented by the star card, and it's like you start as that one star that connects all these other stars together, and just look at you, Aquarius, you're building a constellation. It's fantastic. And then last energy here, we have that new moon solar eclipse in Libra, which is going to be happening on the 14th of October. And with it happening in Libra, this really asks us to examine the relationships in our lives and are there any relationships or situations that are unbalanced that we need to either think about putting some boundaries up, or even maybe possibly even thinking about letting go there, Aquarius. Eclipses bring about those energies of change, so something to think about there. And the nice little thing about this energy too, depending on where your Aquarius placements are at, this is forming a trine with your sign, and trines are super beneficial, the most fortunate of aspects. Things really start moving for you. Really, trine energy moves obstacles out of the way. It's very fortunate, very and I feel like it really kind of depends on where it's forming a trine. Like, let's say if you got like Saturn and Aquarius, or Mercury and Aquarius, it's going to depend on how that flavor takes. Because I just went through a trine not too long ago, but it was with Pluto, and again, where trines are fortunate, and it's more so the speed of things really increases. So it's just something to pay attention to there as well, Aquarius. But let's get into your first card here. Oh, and look at you singing over the energies, because you got the 8th card of Libras here, which is the blinders card. You want to be mindful of that, Aquarius, because with this card, this is a card of victim mentality, confusion, tunnel vision, resist clarity, confirmation bias, restrictions, narrow focus, echo chamber, denial, oblivious, out of touch, hyper focus, and concentration. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the victim mentality. And I feel that, because I feel like when we get into that sense of feeling that like either like others are out to get us possibly, or maybe even the world is against us, or it just seems that the energies are just seems like they're just getting in the way of your growth, or something like that. I feel like if we fall into that state of victim mentality, we surrender our strength to change things, Aquarius. It's like we're, in a sense, almost like putting a blinders onto our how strong we really are. And if you find yourself in this energy of where, I don't know, I'm getting like an energy of either like you're like, it's like a giving up, or that there's this kind of this just sort of like, I don't know, I'm getting almost like this kind of like woe is me type of energy. And hear me out, because I feel that where it's not to diminish if a situation, is going, things haven't been going your way as of late, or if you find, maybe during this month that things haven't been going quite as you planned. It's not to say that that it doesn't suck, but I feel like we all are going through something. You know what I mean? And I feel that it's one of those things where we could either stay in that space of just kind of like disheartened and just defeated, is some of the energy that's kind of coming through here. Or we could maybe even, because Libra energy is good for working as like they're good energies for like, what's the word I'm looking for, like kind of like using others as a sounding board in a sense. This might be something where, because I feel like with Aquarius energy, when things do maybe get, when the emotions do, because it's not that you don't understand emotions, because you do, but it's just that with air energy in general, there's this trouble of really kind of feeling those energies, and there's this thing to withdraw and just kind of keep that stuff bottled up. And if we let that stuff build and build and build, then it gets to this energy where it might shift you to like a hanged man situation, where you kind of feel stuck, and it's just like you're sacrificing all this energy towards this, keeping those things bottled up, as opposed, and again, kind of taking on this role that's not really you. It's almost like even like an 8 of Swords energy, where it's like we're keeping ourselves in the self-imposed prison, as opposed to, I don't know, being able to push forward there, Aquarius. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Because maybe I'm just even kind of thinking with this blinders, whatever situation you're in, it just might be, again, oh, jeez, that it just might be, all right, just might be that there's a perspective that we haven't considered yet, you know, or that again when we're talking maybe with others, for example, like maybe some friends, some family members, even maybe if we're close enough with our coworkers, you know, they may bring a perspective that you might not have seen there, Aquarius. But let's get a wow. Let's oh, wasn't I talking about that? I love when the guides do stuff like that, Aquarius, because you have the Four of Cups and the world, one of your rulers, Saturn, the Fool, your other ruler, Uranus, and then there's that hangman situation there, Aquarius. And that's why I feel like maybe for some of we do find ourselves in this state of this victim mentality. It the hanged man, you know, this chick's hanging up upside down because it's, I feel like it's like, again, it's seeing things from a newer perspective. There's like, if we, especially if we've noticed where our mindset has been so far, has kind of kept you stuck from keeping you stuck in a cycle and keeping you from moving on and trying to, you know, take a, it's like taking like a different approach to things. I'm feeling like with the Fool, you know, just and I might need to get a little bit more on the world here, but I'm almost kind of even getting this energy with some that, and we want to be careful that, Aquarius, especially you being an air sign with your thoughts and things. Because one aspect with the Four of Cups is that it can be a card of apathy. And sometimes I feel like when we do get in the sense of like this victim mentality and things, it's like we can start getting to this place of like not caring, and it makes us less, I don't know, makes us less empathetic, because it's like it almost feels like that there's this sense of, not that I feel like it's like there's this competition or anything, but it's just like there's this energy of where maybe if others, you see how this hand is here is trying to share this cup with this girl, it almost feels like that sometimes we can get so caught up in our own things, is that when others kind of like share their advice or maybe share their experience, it's just like, well, yeah, I hear you, but it's not even the same, you know, like I'm you know, going through blah 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 blah, and then there we are again, kind of staying stuck in the same sort of mentality and sacrificing our growth in a sense, because that's one aspect with the hanged man as well. And the hanged man is Neptune energy too. And you know what, we're going to shift some things here. Since your rulers wanted to come up here, we're going to talk about that next. But you know, the hanged man is Neptune energy. And I feel like too sometimes when we do get kind of caught in that victim state, that we can kind of shut ourselves off, and Neptune kind of can deal with that sort of escapist type of energy as well. Things get kind of blurry there, and we don't see how we can, again with the Fool, get past this thing, you know. And it's just like, again, the cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats. But let me get a little bit more with the world here. I love that your rulers come out here, supported by the universe, Aquarius. Thank you. All right, Aquarius. So the world is clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Page of Cups here. And I feel like that's kind of, with this energy, I almost feel that it's paying attention to it almost feels like it's paying attention to how things have slowed down, and why, maybe more so why kind of things have slowed down, is what I'm getting with the Eight of Wands, because that's very fast moving energy. But if we've been, there almost feels like with the Page of Cups that there's this energy of it's almost like this sort of naive energy in a sense. Like in the sense of that, it feels like that where, you know, I don't doubt that situations have led you to this point, Aquarius, but it's paying attention to how we've kind of played our part into this, and then paying attention to how we feel about that. You know, just kind of with this Page of Cups, and using that as a support system or a catalyst, because if we when we get that clarity that we can change this thing, it helps us. I feel like it can be a really good motivator. But I do feel like that there's something here about, because the Page of Cups is a pretty emotional, because pretty emotional court card here. So just, and again, it's that head and heart balance, because if we just kind of look at it, from just all that air energy, then we miss where our bodies or want us to go. Like, I'm even kind of getting like a King of Cups vibes there. Again, that sort of like, again, that head and heart, like a type of wisdom there. All right, yeah, just something to pay attention to there, Aquarius. But now, because this is going to be a little bit tougher energy there, because let's talk about Taurus. Because you have your ruler, Uranus, that's in Taurus, and then you have Jupiter that's in Taurus. Let's talk about your ruler first. Because Uranus is going to be in Taurus until, or not in Taurus. Both Uranus and Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. And Uranus is going to be retrograde until the 27th of January 2024. And with this energy, Aquarius, this kind of asks us to kind of like embrace like kind of new novel ideas about how we approach security and find that sense of even how, because Taurus can deal with self-esteem as well. And this could be maybe new ways of how we deal with like our self-esteem. Maybe we kind of get in this sort of like self-deprecating energies, like how we can shift that thing up a little bit. And also too, this is like thinking about how you can not only just change things for yourself, but really kind of change things for society as well. Because I feel like, when we're going through these kind of tougher experience and things, once you get through that stuff, that helps you and able to like kind of share that with others. And it creates, these tougher experiences create this level of empathy to, compassion for you to relate to others and to share that wisdom. So just something to think about there. But also, you might want to pay attention to changes in like, and there are already changes that are going on, but Uranus has still got a couple more years that he's going to be chilling in Taurus. So there's going to be changes in like the economy and the stock market, things along those lines, and food. So just something, I mean, you've seen how grocery prices are going up, but just something to pay attention to there. And then Jupiter is going to be retrograde until the 30th of December. And with Big Papa Jupiter being retrograde, this asks us to pay attention to where we've been investing our energies up until now. How we've been maybe possibly overindulging in, because Taurus can deal with like really the material realm. Earth energy is really rooted into this in this realm, Aquarius. And so it's just paying attention to how, maybe we've been, indulging in like maybe material things. Maybe this is, Taurus deals with food and stuff. Maybe we've been doing like, a lot of fine drinks or, food, maybe even overeating possibly, or and just paying attention to how that makes you feel, because Jupiter and Taurus, this thinking, Taurus energy wants that long-term security. And if we've been maybe focusing on kind of like those quick fixes, we want to pay attention to that and see how that makes you feel presently. Because the thing with Jupiter is he's a double-edged sword, where he does bring abundance. He doesn't care what, he's not this, it doesn't care as far as like, what vibration you're in. Where you're resonating is what you're going to get an abundance of. So we just want to be careful with that, Aquarius. And the thing too, this is kind of a tougher energy, because depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a square with your sign. And squares, they bring about challenges. This is the energies aren't quite harmonious. And so you may notice that there might be delays in things, or I don't know, just even like conflicts. And it can be kind of tough energy. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get any abundance or anything like that, but it's just something that's definitely they're almost like towers in the sense where it's like, it puts you in uncomfortable situations or brings those to your attention in order for you to bring about change, and in order to look like, okay, I notice this isn't working. Where do we need to pivot to? So just something to think about there, Aquarius. But let's get an oracle card on this. Oh, look at that, Aquarius. I dig it. So you got the ninth card of Cancer, which is the rainbow card. And with this card, this is a card of wish granted, serendipity, blessings, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, and perfect timing. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the manifesting wealth, and I'm with that. And I feel like with this, it's one thing I do find, though, consider we were talking about that victim mentality. If your head is in that, again, in that sort of like lower vibration, or we kind of distract ourselves and things, that can really prevent us from manifesting wealth. And I don't just mean in like finances, I mean even in that sort of like, that wealth, maybe even like thinking about as far as like the people that we're around, or maybe even like I'm even thinking as far as like, Cancer dealing with the home space, even dealing with like, where do we feel, I don't know, like wealth and where we're living, or but more so it's just like it's paying attention, I feel like, to the things that are getting in the way of you manifesting your wealth. And what you're trying to attract here is very kind of like Nine of Cups here. It's like kind of like take a look at the goals that you've tried to set for yourself, and what is impeding those things. What's getting in the way? Are these people that we're around, or is this or again, maybe it's this like a living situation that we're in, or if this is if or this is even ourselves in a sense. What is looking at this from a different perspective. And yeah, I don't know, just kind of asking those deeper questions. I'm even thinking too, and that's interesting, we're going to talk about that next, just where your ruler Saturn is. Maybe even like this spiritual wealth, because I feel like if we're off in like our mind, body, or soul here, that affects just our ability to really tap into that magician energy and to just start to manifest. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. And I even kind of just thought too, Aquarius, it's just like really asking yourself, it's just like, because maybe it's just like we've misaligned ourselves with our goals, possibly. It's just like, is this really what wealth looks like to you, wherever you're at on your journey right now? And it might be, maybe it's just like making some, I don't feel like I'm not necessarily getting like a complete, like, reevaluation, or like an, up overhaul of what we're doing. But again, maybe it's just like doing some tweaks to some things. But you know what? But maybe with someone. Because Uranus does deal with that kind of radical change. There could be, that sort of sense of like maybe starting over in a sense. But let's see what's going on here. All right, Aquarius. So you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, and then the Temperance card here. And I feel like with the Temperance card, this is asking, like what has gotten out of balance, because the Temperance card, this is Sagittarius energy, and they're ruled by Jupiter. And it feels like with like the Two of Wands and the Temperance card, it's like, do we want to take this energy towards this growth here? Maybe this is something that we start thinking about. But there's something here with the Three of Swords that, I don't know, that's kind of getting in the way here. There's some sort of like hurt that maybe needs to deal with. There's some sort of like, possibly even some sort of like shadow work that might need to be done with this Three of Swords. It's just something feels like it's, or there's going to be something that might be kind of challenging you here, maybe over this next month, as far as like, what is it, how can we get our energies flowing better? See how this person's doing all this water bending. It feels like that. I don't know. It feels like that something is impeding this growth here. But let me get a little bit more with this Three of Swords, because this might be something that we're ignoring, or something that I don't know, something that's possibly needing to change here because, before the Temperance card is the Death card. And if we've been asked to do that change and we still haven't gotten into this energy of balance here, then when we get to that Devil moment, it's just like, then we get into that. I don't know. It's like, let me see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, look at this. Couple lovely ladies here. So the Three of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and then the Chariot. And that's interesting. I like that popped up Cancer energy. But with this, I don't know, Aquarius. There's something here with this Queen of Swords, with this Three of Swords, that I almost feel like that there's a need maybe for some that we're gonna need to possibly kind of slow down a little bit. I feel with the Chariot here, and kind of really evaluate what this hurt energy or this things that we may be worried about, or that's providing this anxiety or maybe this depression, or because the Three of Swords is a pretty heavy card, and this is Saturn in Libra, and it's really asking you what's bringing you out of balance, because it feels that if we don't deal with this thing, it just like it affects your energy here. Because the Queen of Wands is a very vivacious type of figure. She's the type that is, just always inspired and just looking towards her dreams. And the Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful, very grounded, and that's why I feel like it's just like maybe there's this just sort of like this. We need to do sort of like this. How do I want to put this? Like internal like check-in or. The word overhaul keeps kind of coming in my head too. Like maybe something like it's like this, like sort of like this, kind of like not a drastic push, but kind of like something that needs to, something that I feel like we're just like whatever this is that we may be kind of actively ignoring, possibly, that it's like we're gonna. It's like I see I'm like trying to get these horses moving on this Chariot, Aquarius, and that's what it kind of feels like. That something needs to. I don't know what that is to get this thing moving there, but it's just like mush. I don't know, Aquarius. All right. This is something to think about. And maybe that's what that is, too. Maybe it's something where we may come across as just like we're, I don't know, something to really kind of sit with. But let me get these cards in order. And let's talk about where your other ruler is. All these people. Let's see what's up. Let's put you ladies here. And let's talk about Pisces energy. Because you have Neptune that's retrograde in Pisces, and then you also have your ruler Saturn that's retrograde. And with Saturn being retrograde in Pisces, Aquarius, this is asking, what are some things that are preventing you from reaching your dreams? Because Pisces energy is very dreamy energy, and it's just like what's keeping you from connecting with that, and the fact that this is a nice energy for Saturn, I feel like, to be kind of asking these questions, because now we're in sort of a more kind of, Saturn's in a more spiritual place right now, and really want you to connect with those that inspired mind that you have, Aquarius, because it really is very interesting how your mind works, and I feel like how you get inspired. I feel like, because and I've mentioned this, I feel that when you think about Uranus energy, it always talks about how intuitive that energy is, and I feel like it is those ideas, those those epiphany, those just like kind of like aha moments, those like those real kind of moments of brilliance in a sense, and I feel like that's where Saturn is trying to get you to access, but it feels like that there is in order to get that, there's a deeper connection with yourself that's that's needing to happen. That's what Saturn is asking with you, because he's going to be in Pisces over the next 3 years, so you're going to be in a very, very intuitive space right now. And then you couple that with because I love that, but both Neptune and Saturn showed up here, Aquarius. I do feel like this energy is pretty important, because Neptune's going to be retrograde in Pisces until the 6th of December. And really, retrogrades are not a bad thing. They are just a time of reflection. They give you the energies do slow down a bit in order to for you to reevaluate, are we on the course that our higher selves are trying to guide us to? And with this energy of Neptune, Neptune is one of the rulers over Pisces along with Jupiter. And this is a really powerful, potent energy for you to get connected with yourself and to do that introspective work and to notice maybe any sort of maybe even some sort of traumas or anything along those lines with the Three of Swords that might be kind of might be getting in the way of your growth there, Aquarius. So just something to ponder. But let's get an oracle on the mix. Oh, more Libra energy. Because you got the 6th card of Libras. Oh, well, which is a repair card. And we might be running away from this thing, Aquarius. That's for how quick that jump. But you got this, a card of repair, fine-tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset, proceed carefully, needs fixing, make adjustments, recover, skilled, make things right, mend, restore, and upgraded. And the energy that's coming through, Aquarius, is the heal. And so this may be a healing month for you, and whatever that's looking like. I don't feel like doesn't necessarily have to be something big. This can maybe be a mindset that we get stuck in, or maybe this is I don't know, maybe even for some, maybe this is even some sort of like some physical healing that needs to be done. Maybe we've been working too hard, or maybe we've been like I'm just getting like maybe there's like been a lot of stress, or there's been maybe not enough sleep, or maybe we've been, I don't know. I'm even beginning for some that maybe there is this sense of maybe we've, not that you're going to get injured, but maybe we're recovering from an injury, and that's kind of like slowing down. Like it's like we want to get moving, but it's like I do feel like for some it's just like be mindful of like trying to push through that and trying to force the healing along there. I feel like it's but there's something I do feel like that's again that's not in harmony with the temperance being here, that's needing this readjustment, or needing this, that's trying to balance itself out again. But I don't know, it's like I feel like there's some deeper things that we need to look at, or pay attention to things that we may be in a sense like blocking out. Or but let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Oh. Alright, Aquarius. So you have the High Priestess, the Strength card, and then the Two of Cups here. And when just kind of thinking with the High Priestess, she's represented by the moon. And the moon deals with like our subconscious, our emotions. The High Priestess is a very private figure, as opposed to her divine counterpart, the Hierophant, who shares his wisdom and his experience in things. The moon doesn't like that, because it's like when you think you only really see one side of the moon. You see when she's waxing and waning, but we never quite see that dark side of the moon. And I feel like that there's this energy with the Two of Cups here, that it's like making that connection with those kind of darker sides of ourselves, you know, those ones that where this kind of three of swords is, where that hurt is, or you know, where we may even try with the four of cups, try to even present this level of indifference or things along those lines. But I do feel like once you start to heal that side of you and embrace that aspect of you, because we're, you know, I was just talking with an Aquarius not too long ago about this, where, you know, I feel like we were talking about this energy of kind of like positive and negative energies, good and bad, things like that, and they were saying that we feel like they felt like we all come in, you know, just inherent, like just good, and that things, you know, and that things kind of throw us out of the whack, or throw us out of whack. But I was saying that I feel like we come in, you know, come in balanced, you know, because we do need, even when you think about the chariot, you know, when we're on that journey, there's this light, like, you know, it's usually like a white horse or a dark horse, or this light and dark energies that need each other in order to keep things moving, because in order to get that light, we need something to that bring us to that darkness. And sometimes too, in order to, you know, like, it's that ebb and flow, I feel like, in life. And I feel that, and I love that that's kind of happening in Pisces energy, you know, like it's that yin and yang type of energy. And I feel like there's really kind of finding strength in maybe those sides that we don't want to, that we want to keep hidden and kind of keep suppressed, and maybe not really give them that place. So, and I am kind of getting to, like, I do, maybe for some, I do feel like that with that Four of Cups energy, because the Four of Cups can almost be, can kind of be like this almost like this wall, or this kind of bubble that we kind of keep around ourselves to kind of shield us from those type of energies. Because this, the Four of Cups is the moon in Cancer, and you got the High Priestess here, the moon, and then again you got Chariot, the Cancer. So and you know, when I think about my sun signs in Cancer, and sometimes when, you know, Cancerians don't want to feel things, or you know, want to be involved, we can just kind of shut up, you know, or not, you know, shut into our shells in a sense, and you know, kind of go into that safe space. But I do feel like there's a need, in order to heal these things, Aquarius, you need to really feel it, or you know, in order to be it, you need to see it. You know, got that from a Cancer, but I don't know. There's something here about, I don't know, just like kind of finding this inner strength, or hmm, and really kind of working with this energy that you got here, Aquarius. I'm not sure what that is. What? Hmm. Just think about. All right, let's get some tea and let's talk about Virgo. Cause Venus, the Empress, she's gonna be entering Virgo in on the 8th of October, and we'll be there through through the 8th of November. And this is a dope placement for the Empress. Empress is going to work, and this is great for really figuring out what's working in our relationships and what isn't. Virgo really has a very analytical mind, very practical approach. I feel like theirs is a sign that can be kind of hard to get into their sphere, but once you do, they're down for life. You know, they got your back. And I feel like it's kind of evaluating those relationships and things, you know, since considering that's one aspect that Venus deals with. But this is a great energy too for focusing on practical matters, you know, because Venus also can deal with our finances, considering one of the signs she rules is Taurus, along with Libra there. And this can be too a great energy for, you know, maybe getting any debts in order, or you know, getting a game plan for that stuff, you know, thinking about our finances, you know, maybe thinking about getting any sort of like maybe additional resources, or just maybe just getting everything just, you know, orderly, is what Virgo energy is fantastic for there, Aquarius. But and I feel like too, one thing though, and I actually just thought about this with you, not you in particular, but with this energy, because Virgo energy can be very can be critical or overly critical sometimes, and so I feel like we just want to be mindful of being overly critical of relationships with people as well, and setting our expectations too high, or kind of forcing those kind of things along there, Aquarius. But let's get an oracle on this. Oh, all this Libra energy. I'm with it. So you got the second card of Libras, which is the ostrich trap. And with this card, this is a card of avoidance, closed mindedness, refusing to face reality, evade, feeling threatened, fake out, inhibit, fear based thinking, steering clear, run for cover, and just a conspiracy theory. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the avoidance. And so, just like we were, because that's interesting that you get this kind of blinders, and then this, like, all your animals are kind of like they're hiding from something. And I feel that because you even got, like, you're even kind of racking up a lot of cardinal energy with your oracle cards here. And cardinals are the ones that they're the initiators. Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, and they're the ones that take charge. And I feel like that there's this, if we do find ourselves kind of like avoiding things maybe this month, or maybe we've been avoiding things, here in the past, I feel like this Libra season is giving you that chance again, considering we got trine energy, to get things moving, however that looks, if we're trying to get our finances in order, or if we're trying to, maybe build up our self-esteem, maybe fix relationships, I'm not sure, whatever this thing is that we may be putting off, because I feel like that the more that we put off, it's the more we kind of stay stuck in a cycle. Hanged man, we end up sacrificing more of our energies than we need to. But let me find out what this let me get a little bit more with some tarot, just find out what this avoidance is. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Ha! Look at that, Virgo. All right, Aquarius. So you have the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Four of Swords, and then the Hermit here. And it almost feels like with this Five of Wands here, there's something here that, because the Five of Wands can be a card of conflict, and there's of tension, and even kind of getting with this combo of like this Four of Swords, Five of Wands here. There's maybe something here that maybe we've been kind of anxious about. Maybe again we haven't been able to, I don't know, been able to relax, or there's been this energy of stress. But this is something where I feel like with the Hermit, if we keep this thing kind of bottled in, and don't face this thing, then, I don't know, it just kind of slows down the energy. It leads to this Hanged Man situation, and it even can, like, even build to a tower, because it's like we're getting this, it's like we're compounding this stuff and avoiding this stuff and not putting in this work here with the Three of Pentacles. And maybe this is something where, whatever this is, if this is something that maybe we've gotten in, maybe a little in over our heads or something like that. We're having troubles coming up with the solution with the Five of Wands here. It's like we've reflected and can't seem to find a way. Then maybe the Three of Pentacles is, again, kind of, I was talking like with the High Priestess, keeping this, not keeping it private, but talking about these things. And then maybe that with the Three of Pentacles, maybe some others can get this sense, get things moving. And this could be where we're talking again with friends, maybe with family members, and depending on the degree of this thing, considering again we're talking Three of Swords is a pretty depressing card. Maybe this could be where we're even seeking medical attention. They're seeking a professional. This isn't medical advice, Aquarius, but I feel like the longer we avoid something, that doesn't this ostrich is going to have to come out of this sand trap eventually. Or I mean, or it doesn't, but that doesn't going to change the fact that things are still moving around it. This field can be on fire, and if you're hiding, it's that heat is going to eventually get you moving. And, we can only. It's like we could stay in this victim mentality, or we can be the rise up and then get this strength here and be the hero of our story. Find that strength. But all right. All right, so let's talk about this next one here, because this is going to be another little tough one for you there, but it definitely would get you into action, because you got Mars that's going to be entering Scorpio, and Mars will be in Scorpio on the 11th of October and will be there through the 24th of November. And with this energy, Aquarius, this is a dope energy, because this there's a greater ability to persevere and work through difficult challenges. Mars, along with Aries, rules over Scorpio, and so Mars is at home. This is a very powerful place for Mars to be, and so we want to be in this energy where we're facing change head on, because like I was talking about before with the Temperance, before them is the Death card, the change, Scorpio energy. And in order for us to get to that sense of balance and harmony where things are, getting in line there, and then we're manifesting and cooking up again, we have to evolve, and we have to grow, and there's certain I don't know. It's just like there's certain things that we just that need to be let go with this energy. But this is a great energy too to do some self examination, because Scorpio is all about bringing those things up into light. Finding what has been, and especially I feel like with Mars dealing with how with like our energy and in us taking action, it can again find those things that are impeding this journey and get this chariot moving. So I feel like this is going to be a dope one for you. But just like with Taurus energy, this is going to be forming a square with your Aquarius placements. And so you're going to be feeling these challenges, feeling this tension. There's a lot of pressure that's being put on. But I feel like this is not something where the universe is trying to keep you down and get you feeling that feeling again like this victim is trying to show you how you can rise up when met with challenges, and really kind of show again your strength, and show how, because I feel like if anyone can find a creative way of getting out of a situation that's in Aquarius, again, you are the innovators. You're the type that you don't think outside of the box. You deconstruct that box and build, I don't know, a rocket ship, or just something completely out of left field. You do have a lot to work with, but if we get in our own, yeah, just let me get some tarot on this, or excuse me, get an oracle on this. Oh, one more thing though with this energy. Considering that Mars is at home, he can act how he wants, and Mars can be a little aggressive sometimes. So we just want to be mindful of that aggression as well with others and even with ourselves, Aquarius. So, oh, wow, yep. All right, I'm with it. He's really kind of syncing with the energies there. So you got the first card of Scorpio, which is the crystal ball card. And with this is a card of intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, gut reaction, and inner knowing. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the future. And so the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the being mindful, I feel like, about getting stuck in the future. Because you are a very future oriented sign, being ruled by Uranus. And I'm not saying it's that we're not planning for things, but I do feel like that sometimes is that we can get to this, just like how cancers can get stuck in the past because we are associated with the fourth house, where the moon is deals with the past, ancestry, and things. So we can get sometimes get caught up in that. I feel like it's a similar thing for Aquarians when it comes to this, when it comes to future thinking. You can get so caught up in that and how grand that thing is that we forget. We want to get to that future standpoint, and not put in that work, but not pay attention to what needs to be done in the present in order to get to that future. You know what I mean? And so we want to be careful, I feel like, about getting too caught up with that, because I feel that, again, with how innovative your minds are and how brilliant they can be, they can see so many situations that it can keep this energy kind of stagnant here. But I'm almost even kind of getting to, when we consider we're talking about this avoidance and we're this healing, it's just like maybe we're avoiding this, like maybe there's this energy of avoidance because we're afraid of what that future will bring. But I feel like the nice thing with that, if you see how do I want to put this? It's like if we're trying to make these predictions of like how all these things can maybe go wrong and maybe we're avoiding the stuff, if anything, okay, you are, and that's where I feel like Aquarius intuition kind of comes in. There is that kind of foresight. It's like the universe gives you these flashes of, if you keep at where you're going, things could go XYZ thing. But the thing is with the future is it hasn't happened yet. We're it's like we're there's a need to just like to make sure that we're just being very present. I feel like when we're dealing with these situations here, because the future isn't set in stone. You know, you can. I'm even thinking about when I kind of had thought where I thought my path was going to be. And it's been completely different. Like it's circumstances change, and we need to have that level of adaptability. I feel like you can get so kind of, and I feel like that's the trouble with fixed energy. You know, it's one of those, you can get so fixated on this one thing that you can bring that thing to be if we're not careful. I feel like especially with your sign, with that air energy, our thoughts become things, and once that's locked on, I feel like it's a little bit easier for maybe Libra and Gemini to kind of shift out of that, as opposed to you that can get kind of just something to be mindful of there, Aquarius. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Thank you. Oh, one of your cards. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and then the Lovers here. And I feel like with the Lovers popping up here, the Lovers can be a card of choices. And it feels like that I'm almost kind of getting this energy of, I'm kind of thinking back with the Hermit here, because the Hermit can be a card of reflection. And I almost feel like that there's this thing of kind of reflecting on how your choices and decisions have led you to this point, because maybe we've been just kind of moving a little fast, or maybe we've been, I don't know, like even this Knight of Swords is even kind of giving me this kind of like stagnant energy. And it's just like, because the Knight of Swords is one that faces challenges head on. Usually there's this guy that's on this horse, and he's going to, the wind is blowing against him, and he's facing this stuff. And it feels like that I might need to get a little bit more on this Eight of Pentacles here, but there's it's like reflecting on the decisions that you've made so far, and like how your idea of the future back then and seeing compared to now, and even kind of paying attention to like like the routines that you were in, possibly, or even because that's the, you know, yeah, it's like this. It's like how we put in work to get manifest that future. I'm trying to struggle to find the words. Let me get a little bit more on this Eight of Pentacles. Hmm. All right, so the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and then the Magician. And I like that because the Magician rules both the Hermit, Virgo, and the Lovers, Gemini. And if things haven't been going your way, Aquarius, and you know what you've been trying to manifest hasn't come to fruition, and we're getting to the sense of where, because this Nine of Wands is giving me this sort of like, you know, kind of burnout energy in a sense. I feel like that it's, you know, the Page of Swords is, you know, those ideas kind of coming, you know, like it's just like, I don't know, it's like maybe we had this idea of maybe that's, I don't know, it's like something is going would have gone one way, but now it's like it's not quite manifesting how we thought there. And I'm not sure if there's something that has gotten out of whack with how we've been going about things with this Eight of Pentacles here, you know, but there's something, again, something that's needing to be healed here. I'm not sure if we're not dealing with something, but however this is, whatever this is, this thing that we may be avoiding is kind of, I feel like it's tying into how you're manifesting and how your and like how your ideas are coming to fruition. You know, we might be, it's like our thoughts are kind of lined up with where we want to go, but it's just like the energies with the actions may not be the same there. You know, there may not be, because the Knight of Swords, he's a hard working sign here too. He rules the first two decans of your sign, Aquarius, and the last of Capricorns. Very future oriented, but hmm. Yeah, I'm not. I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. I think I'm gonna pull out of that one. All right. Now let's get to this. Let's get to this last energy here. We got Pluto. Well, yeah, Capricorn. But Pluto is going to be chilling in Capricorn. He's going to be retrograde until the 10th of October, and then we'll be in Aquarius. Or excuse me, we'll be pretty much entering Aquarius around very close to your birthday season, around like the 20th of January 2024. And with this energy here, Aquarius, this is very world changing energy. Yeah, the world here, but because both are very success and power oriented. And this forces us to face feelings about, you know, like power and corporations and governments. And this could be a sense of like maybe for some, I, I'm almost even getting that like it's paying attention to how maybe we feel. I don't want to say it's like you're avoiding the power that you have, Aquarius, but it's just like maybe there's this sense of, how do I want to put this? It's like that you, I don't know. It's just like there's a need. I'm almost, because I'm kind of stuck between that and how your reading's going. Like there's might be an energy of evaluating your own power and what you're really kind of capable of, and maybe we've been almost in a sense ignoring like our not really fostering our potential in a sense. You know, I'm not quite sure how to put that. But you know, this might be something too. Maybe we've been, because yours is a sign of freedom as well, and I feel like yours is not one that wants to be restricted in any way, shape, or form. And you know, maybe this is if we've been feeling restricted by corporations, or you know, anywhere, maybe even restricted by our governments. You know, maybe it's something we're getting to some sort of think about getting some sort of advocacy work, or maybe trying to find a way to maybe get into politics, or maybe you're starting your own business, or maybe you're trying to get into this And I'm getting like Emperor energy, needing to kind of take charge here. If we've noticed that something has, our power has been restricted from us or some sense. And this could be even as, it may not be with other people as well. It could be maybe we've taken power away from us as well. You know, certain mindsets that we've gotten into or certain ideas of ourselves or something like that. But there is going to be this transformation in social order as Pluto's getting ready to move into your sign. You know, we're getting from that state of like, we're getting more into that kind of collective energy. And, you know, like people like, you know, getting this sense of power back, you know, and getting their, you know, taking charge and getting their freedom. But let's get your last oracle card here. All right, Aquarius. So you got the fifth card of Cancers, which is the Urn card. And with this card, this is a card of loss, death, forfeiture, grief, closed up, bereaved, breakup, poverty, collapse, dispossess, remove, dismantle, deprive, absence, change of state, setback. It's over and done. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the grief. And I don't know, I feel like for some, you know, if we've been, you know, because this Three of Swords has been just kind of actively on my mind as we've been going throughout this reading. And I feel like that there is this sense of there's something deeper here, maybe for some, that we might be dealing with. And not to say that there's any sort of like, I don't know, maybe we have, you know, there may be for some, maybe we are dealing with some grief. You know, maybe we did experience a loss or an abs, you know, something along those lines. Of which, so you know, I'm sending mad Cancerian energy out there. Um, but I'm even kind of getting in this energy of kind of grieving, and then that's interesting, because it's almost like we're grieving the the person of who we once was, maybe either, yeah, even in a sense. It's like, you know, it's like sometimes like how we can think where, you know, we used to be so inspired as a kid and things like that, and then it's, you know, then kind of life happens and you get these experiences, you get these challenges, and you know, it almost gets you to like this sort of like Four of Cups, almost like this kind of like jaded energy and things like that. And you know, maybe some have been kind of grieving that the person who used to be inspired and kind of motivated and got things moving and kind of got stuff done, but and now we're, I don't know, I feel like there's, because I feel like too, that's something that we might be kind of dealing with. I feel like that fire never dies. You know, it can be diminished in a sense. I feel like it only ever is extinguishes when we're done with this journey. But I feel like that maybe for some it's like we might be grieving something, or I don't know, something is weighing very heavy. You know, I'm not sure this on our thoughts here, and I feel like that. Hmm. Let me get some tarot on this. But it almost feels like that if it, I don't know, it's like it doesn't make sense. You know, like there's something that needs to be let out, or you know, something that we've been maybe keeping kind of bottled up, or hmm. Thank you. All right, last little bit, Aquarius. Hmm. All right, so you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Wheel of Fortune here, Aquarius. Now let's switch back over. Because I almost feel like that. Hmm. I am, because with the Six of Wands, this can be like a card of like achievements, but it signifies kind of that long journey. Because there's in other tarots, there's like these people that are celebrating the arrival of this hero, that has gone on this journey, and it's interesting because I'm just kind of looking at this mask that this person has that's carrying, and I almost feel like that there's this thing of not necessarily like it almost kind of feels like for some I almost feel like that there's this we want it to be more accomplished, maybe there's this sense of fraud even, or like this imposter syndrome maybe, or something along those lines, that I don't know, it's like we planted this we had this idea or planted this seed, and we wanted to get, that was getting towards our future here, this legacy, this abundance that was coming through, but it's like it doesn't feel like that this picture is painted how you may have wanted to, maybe that what this sense of grief is. And you know I kind of feel like with that Aquarius, it's, again, it's just like I feel like we all have this sort of idea of what we want to do when we get things started, and we get these ideas, and we try to start this stuff, and then we put in this work. We go on that journey, and it just feels like with the Six of Wands that we're not in this. It's like where sure, we may not be where we want to be, and that can be very disheartening, but that also gives you this energy of something to celebrate, because it's just like, well, what did you learn along this on this path that we were taking thus far? Because sometimes I feel like too we can think that that we've wasted maybe so much time or things along those lines, and the thing is, you're divinely guided there, Aquarius. We all are. Everything that has happened up until this point has happened for a reason, and you have manifested abundance all the way. I can't imagine that it's just all just been eating it the whole time. And I know, I feel like there are some things that we might be just kind of reflecting on, but I don't feel like it's just all needs to be just this sense of grief, because then that can affect how it affects our perception of abundance, in a sense. It helps us from, and it keeps us from just seeing just what a capable manifester you really are, because it's like the fact, and the thing too, okay, so you went along this path and it didn't go how you planned. The fact that now you have that information, it's just like, okay, well, maybe this isn't the path I was supposed to be on. Look at what you were able to cook up, and you weren't even on the path that the higher self was trying to get you on. But now once you take this time to reflect and kind of like recalibrate where things are going, imagine what you're going to be able to cook up once you do sync up with that higher energies and pay attention to those signs. And then you're really going to start getting 10 of Pentacles like you wouldn't believe. The energies are going to start moving a lot faster, and it's a part of that mindset. There's some things that we can't avoid, and that we can't, I hope that made sense. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Aquarius. So if if you like that, Aquarius, give it a thumbs up and share this. Because this is an interesting little month here for you. But I feel like it is thinking, it's like maybe we're reevaluating the plans for the future, possibly. And that's exciting, because you can change this. All it takes is one little, one turn this way, and then a whole bunch of new opportunities open up for you, Aquarius. But share this, and then if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then, lastly, look at you. Getting the hottest ticket and our ruler to come over to my other channel. And not that you need them. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. Always geek out when the High Priest is in. And of course, when the Chariot pops up. Yeah, you even got a couple Cancer's cards. It was a good old time. And all the housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. I like that. I like that. A couple signs have gotten. I think Taurus and Libra got this as well as their surprise card. But you got the Ace of Wands here. And I feel like the Ace of Wands is that new motivation. It's just like, okay, we face this thing, you know, whatever this is that we've been avoiding or that we've been feeling that has been holding us back, or, you know, that we've been kind of grieving. There's like that, the Ace of Wands is that reinvigorated energy, you know, that just like, all right, well, this is where things have been going. What am I going to do next? You know, what does that look like? You know, what are my passions? You know, where do I see this chariot going? What is my intuition telling me? You know. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Thank you. I like that. So you got the 36 card here, which is the come to the edge. And maybe that's for some, you know, it's like maybe we've been in this energy of, it's like maybe it's like journeying, it's like, because I feel like it's like if we stop avoiding whatever this is that we're avoiding, you know, it's like you're coming to an edge. You're like on a precipice here. It's like, you know, do we take that leap, or do we continue to stay stuck and then put in those blinders and not move and stay in this safe space, in a sense that's just shrinking, you know? And I feel like that and I like how this woman, I feel like she's like, it almost feels like that she's kind of sprinkling these rose petals as an offering to this space, you know, like, you know, where it wasn't fun staying in that avoidance and that victim mentality in things, you know, when we started to heal that stuff and deal with those grief, you know, those experiences help shape us to face this future, you know, with renewed strength and vigor. And I don't know, I feel like if you know, it's like, it's just like it's taking that leap and getting out of that getting, you know, facing that thing head on. I feel like it's easier I feel like when we just face it head on than when we avoid it, and then it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, you know. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there, Aquarius. Make sure we're not avoiding things, you know. And, you know, and again, you know, deal with this stuff, you know, because even if this, you know, if this is some kind of sort of grief, or maybe we've been kind of hurting as of late, deal with it as it makes sense. But I do feel like that we do want to make sure that we are dealing with it, whether it's, you know, baby steps or just full on sprint, you know. But you make sure we're processing this stuff. You raise your vibration through the roof. Do some self-care and all this stuff, because this is hard. This feels like there's a lot of stress here, a lot of there's something to think about there, Aquarius. But you'll be manifesting wealth in no time, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.